Hey everybody, I was trying to get it to work on Facebook Live, but for whatever reason, my Facebook Live it starts hanging up for some reason. But okay, main topic: the post that I put up on Facebook earlier. The guy was in the ballerina outfit with his daughter. Main thing that's bothered me about it is some of the negative comments that were on the original post. You know, it's like, what are the credentials to being a real man these days? You know, I may be wrong, but I understand everybody won't brought up in a household like I was brought up in. You know, blessed to be brought up in or whatever. But to me, being a man is doing whatever it requires to put a smile on your child's face. I have two daughters. If either one of my daughters say, Daddy, I want you to put on a ballerina outfit with me and dance with me. I want you to put on some ballerina tights or whatever and dance with me. Let me paint your fingernails and your toenails. Okay, so be it. Go ahead. Let's do it. Let's have fun. You know, I guess the main part about the whole deal bothered me because I'm seeing so many men now that will hurt their daughter's feelings or not fulfill their obligation as to being a role model to their daughter because they worried about how they're going to be perceived as a man. More so worried about how they're going to be perceived by some other knuckleheads that ain't got jack diddly to do with what goes on in your house or what you do with your kids. You know, you better be worried about impressing your kids. That's who you need to be worried about impressing. You know, you can sit there all day long and try to impress these 5 knuckleheads over here, these 10 knuckleheads over here. But what is that gaining when your child's sitting there suffering because you more worried about what they gonna say than the benefit or the role model that you be into your child? You know, and that's what we need to stop worrying about. I mean, it is what it is. Fellas with daughters, think about, well, no, I ain't gonna even say think about it because I know how half of y'all get if you bring up the topic of somebody did something to your mom, your sister, your grandma, you know, whoever that important woman is or important women are in your life. But yet and still, you don't think about that with your own child. Or you gonna sit here and, nah, I ain't gonna let my child do that. I ain't gonna let my daughter paint my nails, or I ain't gonna let my daughter do this or do that because it's not manly. No. It's more, makes you more of a man. It makes you more of a father. It's also instilling in your daughter what to look for in a real man. You know, a real man is going to do X, Y to the Z to make her happy. So she knows what not to settle for because she know, okay, the bar is way up here and not down here. So, I mean, y'all need to get a grip. Stop worrying about, you know, what this homeboy, that homeboy gonna say. Do what you gotta do for your kids. I mean, you know, perfect example with me. I get rode hard. As I've been told, my bike sets on the stand a whole lot more than it's in the street being ridden. Well, hey, if I didn't have 3 kids and a wife, the bike would get ridden a whole lot more. But I got responsibilities and priorities I got to do. I would love to ride it a whole lot more, but Responsibility and priorities is something that I know I have to do, and it builds my pride to be able to do that. So you got to choose which is more important. You know, that's just all it is. You know, like I said, I don't understand it. I really don't. You know, why men are so afraid to be men. You know, you never know. You being a man could possibly change another man and help him be more of a man. You know, that's one thing we got to start doing as men. We got to start uplifting one another instead of beating each other down, because you never know what another man is going through. You never, ever know. You know, something else. If you're a man that's doing everything in your power to be a father figure to your children, be a father, be there, teaching them what's right and wrong and everything, don't let nobody rain on your parade. People now are so apt to be able to tell you what you doing wrong, or how they would do it, or how they did it. My daddy had a phrase he used to say all the time. I didn't really get it back then, I get it now. Old man used to is dead. And now I understand that, because a whole lot of stuff, people like to say, well, I used to do it this way, I used to do it that way. Okay, you may have done it that way back then, but times are different now. And then you need to look at, when you hollering that, if what you used to did back then, if the results that you have now are what you truly wanted. Because, you know, I look at a whole lot of people that'll say, oh, well, this right here, you're a parent, you need to do this and you need to do that. Okay, I'm looking at your kids that are grown now and have their own kids. Okay, were you that perfect example for your kids? You know, were you that quote unquote perfect parent that you're trying to make yourself out to be now to tell somebody else what to do? So my thing with that is, as long as you're doing the best that you know how, keep doing the best that you know how. And people on the sidelines that want to critique, what they need to sit back and do is wait. Now, if they see you doing something that's a big mess up, jump in and say something. But if they see you're trying, and just because you're not doing it the way that they did it, or you're not doing it the way that they do it, everybody's different, they need to step back and take a check on themselves. Because everybody parents different. You know, but for whatever reason, everybody wants everybody to be the same. And man, for the life of me, I can't understand that. But that's one of the few topics I'm gonna touch on right now. Like I said, just main thing, being a parent to your child. For the dads that have daughters, man, be a role model to your daughter. Just, whatever she wants you to do it. Because like I said, that picture today, if you seen that smile on that little girl's face, that smile said $1 million worth of, well, I ain't gonna even put a dollar amount on it, because the smile that your child give you, you can't put a dollar amount on it. So the smile was priceless. It said that made her day, that made her year. That's gonna be something that little girl will never forget, no matter how old she is. So once again, fellas, continue being a man. Continue doing what you're doing. Be a father to your kids. Long as you doing what you know is right, and you're trying to be the best that you can be, don't let nobody rain on your parade. Keep it going. All right. Now the other topic I want to touch on, since I'm kind of going on some topics today, It's like I was saying a minute ago, I was talking about, people trying to tell you what to do, and people trying to get you to follow their ideas or the way they do something or whatever. Okay, that's 99.9% of what's wrong with the world now. And this right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's gonna probably be some people get offended by it, but I really don't care, because the truth, it's only one truth, and that's the way it's gonna be. The world now has gotten to the point, everybody holler freedom of speech, freedom of this, freedom of that. It ain't no freedom of none of this, because simple fact, politics. The biggest joke it is with me, because I see so many people willing to make a fool out of themselves. A fool. You know what? Nah, let me stop this video. I'm gonna do a whole nother video for that, because y'all need to hear this. Love y'all. I'll be back in a minute.